No Rest for the Weekend's coverage of the Tribeca Film Festival is sponsored by New York Women in Film and Television. NYWIFT congratulates its 15 members with films at Tribeca 2023. nywift.org. Black Magic Design, the world's highest quality products for the feature film, post and broadcast industries. blackmagicdesign.com. And by JMR Rentals, professional, digital, cinema and broadcast equipment rentals in Brooklyn, New York. jmrny.com.
Can you talk a little bit about the genesis of this project and how the series came about?
Unlike most of my project, this was actually brought to me, and somebody came to me and said, we have access to the Detroit Youth Choir. And, you know, the funny thing is, before they finished that sentence, I might have said yes, but, you know, I tried to play it cool. And they're like, you know, I'll see if I can do it. But the opportunity to go into Detroit, you know, I'm born and raised in Michigan, so I have a very strong affinity for Detroit, and I wanted to go in and tell that sort of other version of what it means to come from Detroit, and so I could not jump on this project fast enough. And to top it off, being able to tell the story of Anthony White, the amazing director of the DYC, and these amazing kids, I mean, it was beauty from beginning to end, truly.
And so was this all pre-pandemic that you guys filmed this? Can you talk a little bit about the filmmaking of it?
I wish it was all pre-pandemic. It was started pre-pandemic, and then as soon as we started, we were sort of always riding that pandemic wave throughout this process. So, you know, one of the things that you see in the footage are masks every now and then, because there were spikes and there were lulls and there were things. And when we finished, we were, I guess, towards the tail end of the pandemic, so you see a lot less masks. But you know, I just tried to embrace all of that, because it was just a fact of our times, and people are going to watch it and say, oh, I know exactly when that was. So it was tough for us as a crew, because obviously, you know, we're getting tested constantly. I can't tell you how many times a week I was tested, wearing masks, and I think the most difficult part is the only thing that I can say I have that I know is a benefit for me when it comes to being a filmmaker is I have a trustworthy face, and so for so long I had to do most of it like this, and so like my secret weapon is gone, so I had to try and make up for that with not just seeing my crazy eyes. They had to see my face, so that was a difficult part of making this during the pandemic.
And tell me a bit about the journey and what happens in the show.
So the journey is amazing. I don't want to give too many spoiler alerts, because we came to the show to sort of show the aftermath of what it meant post AGT, to show that, you know, they're more than just this show. They are an organization that has for over 23 years now been providing this amazing outlet for kids in the city of Detroit, not just to be singers and performers, but to hone themselves as young citizens and ambassadors of Detroit. I mean, they have something like 100% high school graduation rate. Their college placement rate is in the high 90s. I mean, they're doing so much more than just creating performers, and I wanted to show the deeper level of that and what that meant, and how they do something like AGT and then come back and immediately get back right into the roots of why they existed in the first place.
So what do you want audiences to get out of this? What do you expect today, seeing it with an audience?
I can't wait for the audiences to meet the DYC, because again, I think so many people know them from America's Got Talent, and they see obviously they're talented kids, but they're multidimensional, they're nuanced, and their lives are beautiful. And I think that so often when talking about an organization like this from Detroit, there's always this little asterisk next to it. There's always this, they're talented, but look, they come from Detroit and woe is me. And it's like, I like to get rid of that asterisk and say they are just great. They can be great because they're great.
So first of all, Anthony, how does it feel to have landed here at Tribeca?
It's truly a great opportunity to be here. I mean, look, man, this is Tribeca. Who would ever thought the Detroit Youth Choir would be here? And also with Disney and Blumhouse, come on. And Imagine, come on. I mean, this is going to be a phenomenal show. And I want everybody to just dive into what the Detroit Youth Choir is all about. Hard work and perseverance.
So can you give me some history and tell me like the story of the choir?
Well, first of all, I took over the organization back in 1999, 2000. And from then on, we've been so successful. I kind of use my own style of directing, because I'm a crazy director, as they will see in the docuseries. But the kids get it because they know that it's genuine. And ever since the year 2000 to now, we've been ripping it up. We've been killing it. But it took one man to really see us, which was Terry Crews, and he put us on the national stage, along with Simon Cowell as well, and the judges. They put us on a national stage where we were seen. And you know, it only takes one person to really see you. So I'm glad I'm here.
Can you take me through the story? Like, where does the story pick up with you guys, and where does it see you through?
Well, the story of the Detroit Youth Choir, it begins, of course, in a small rehearsal space in Marygrove College, Detroit. Big shout out to the Marygrove Conservancy, and it follows us through our plight to do to sing at Carnegie Hall, and I think Carnegie Hall is the biggest climax. So I can't give it all away though, but that's kind of where the story is. Like, you know, they wanted we're going to show the intense auditions and the intense rehearsals leading up to Carnegie Hall, and I believe there are some other things, and hopefully we'll be back for a second season.
Seeing it with audience here, when it comes out on Disney Plus, like, what do you want audiences to get out of it? How do you see the impact of it?
Well, I want the audience to just remember what you see here. You're going to see a group of young Detroit and Metro Detroit students become engulfed in my directorial pursuit to make them the best young people in America. And I believe that our young people is ready for it. You know, they're ready for this big stage. I mean, you know, I thought AGT was the biggest stage, but quite naturally, I believe Tribeca is a huge stage for them to be seen. And I love our kids with all my heart, and our wonderful staff as well. We have a great staff. I can't do it all by myself.
What was the biggest sort of impact on you that it had personally?
I mean, the biggest impact that this story had on me, that this choir has on me, is just my passion. I mean, if you would have seen us years ago rehearsing in a dirty basement, you wouldn't believe that we'll be here in New York at Tribeca. So the impact is mental and is also physical on me. I mean, you can see my hair is gray, but I'm still a young man still. I just turned 44 yesterday, you know. But yeah, these kids are tremendous. I love them. I love our staff. Our staff works with these kids every day of the week, and we wouldn't be able to do it without them.
Thanks, man, and happy birthday to you.
Sir.